welcome to my channel again. Today we are going to discuss about life skills. So life skills, as the name indicates, these are the skills which are highly required to live our life fruitfully. Let's see what are the areas comes here. According to UNICEF, here we are trying to balance three areas. The first one is knowledge, and the second one is like attitude, and the third one is skills. According to WHO, they define life skill as the ability for adaptive and positive behavior to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. Positive behavior means we should take everything as an opportunity, not we should not blame the situation or we should not cry over a situation. And adaptive means whatever the situation may be, we should be able to adapt according to the needs of the situation. And next one, demands and challenges. So life may put a lot of demands on you and challenges on you. Sometimes certain demands or challenges of life might not be acceptable for your values, and sometimes you have to equip more knowledge or more skills to face the challenge or demands of the life. According to WHO, there are 10 core life skills. Okay, and these 10 core life skills can be classified in three categories. If we want to have a smooth life or effective life, we should have good social skills, right? So in good social skills, what are the things we want to? If we want to establish a good relationship with our neighbor or a colleague or even with our family members, we should have interpersonal relationship, right? To establish a good interpersonal relationship, you should know yourself. You should know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what's your values, what you want to be, how you analyze things and all. So complete self-awareness is something you should have to establish a good social relationship. And second one is like empathy. You should sense or you should be able to feel how the other person feels like. It is the ability to be in others' shoes. Effective communication is the third point. You should know what are the words you should use, what are the words you should not use, and what are the verbal clues and what are the non-verbal gestures that you have to use to impress other person. So it covers all your vocabulary, tone, body language. So without effective communication, you can't have a good social relationship. And third one is like interpersonal relationship. So here, between the persons, how you manage a relationship, you should establish a rapport with them, and you should be able to manage the things happens between them. So how you do that? Mainly, you should be able to negotiate. Then you should be able to coexist peacefully with them. Right? Of course, it's okay to make conflicts, but you should also know how to resolve them. So these are the points come with in the personal relationship. And next thing is like thinking skills. So what about this thinking skills? Any idea? Yeah. One should be able to analyze one situation. Thinking means talking to yourself. When you effectively think, how can you think about some problem? You can think in a critical way. You should think over a subject which has happened or an event or about a person or about an act in a critical way, in a logical way to find the answer or to make a judgment, right? So, in critical thinking, you should be able to think without involving your emotions. So, it should be highly logical and you should have a sequence or a pattern so that it leads to a judgment. Critical thinking also helps to check your own values and beliefs. It also make you to analyze what are the contradictions or what are the things which doesn't match with each other when a person talks. And it also helps to analyze a thing in a third person's perspective. That's why I said you should not involve your emotions when you critically think about something. And the next way is like creative thinking. You know creative thinking, right? So in critical thinking, you can occupy strategies like reflective journal writing or diary writing or talking to another person, or even simply you can think about it. Do it once that you can simply solve a problem by thinking about it. So that is the power of critical thinking. The first step of critical thinking is define the problem. When you are finding that there's a factory and which is polluting soil or water, then that is your problem. That is your, so you define the problem. Then you discover the factors influencing the problem. Then you design a clear cut idea what to do. Then you develop it. Then you deliver it, establish it. So it's like define, discover, design, develop, and delivery. And the next one is like creative thinking. As I said, being creative means using your imagination to solve a problem. How can you use your imagination to solve a problem? Of course, you can link with so many ideas, you can combine them, and you can bring an original product. So, flexibility, fluency, originality, and elaboration are the points you should remember here. Your idea should be flexible, it can be applied in many areas. Then comes fluency. There should be a flow for your idea. It should not stuck somewhere. Originality. It should be original. It should be novel. And then elaboration. It can be extrapolated to some other situation also. For the process of creative thinking, there are some steps. First one is preparation. You should collect ideas and you should think about it, right? So this is a process of thinking about or carrying that different elements which is related with your problem for a long time in your mind is called incubation. So you have gathered all the information, that step is called preparation, and incubation means you're just thinking about all the steps to how to find the answer for this particular problem. And then comes illumination. As the word said, there will be a sudden flash of an idea. The process of developing an insight. It is called illumination. When you have an idea and when you have an answer, you should verify it, right? So you should try some experimentation and you should verify it. Then final thing is like evaluation. You should verify your idea and you should understand what the positive and negatives of it. Lateral thinking, brainstorming, and simply you can ask the people to doodle or make other ways to represent their ideas. For example, if you are giving them a story, you can ask them to convert the story to images, or you can ask them to develop a story out of an image. So always ask children, or always try to foster their creative abilities. And next thinking is like, we should be able to solve the problem using both thinking skills. And in life we will face a lot of problems and you have to solve it in a peaceful way or in a way which brings justice to all. So that is the importance of problem solving. And make judgments. How important it is to make a decision. So, and life is all about decision making itself, because one single decision can change your entire life. Next it comes, we have already discussed social skills and we have discussed thinking skills. But in both social skills and thinking skills, we always involve our emotions. This one is like coping with your stress, and second one is like coping with your emotion. Because there are so many times when there's a time limit, or when we are having a lots of work, short of money, there develops stress, and stress can reduce your productivity. So it's always important to control your stress. For that, you can do meditation, yoga, exercises, and even reflective strategies, or spending quality time with family and friends. All these things can reduce your stress levels. Next one is coping with emotion. So basically here you have to be aware, what is my present emotion? Is it anger, is it disgust, or is it frustration? So you have to identify which emotional state you are in. Then you have to deal with it. Like if you can understand what is the cause by critical thinking, what is the cause of my emotion, is it justifiable, or is it necessary to express it now, or shall I put it in words? So you should analyze and you should find the reason for your emotion, and then you have to understand and you have to lead that emotion, deal with that emotion in a positive and creative way. So you can use uh, different adjustment mechanisms to deal with these emotions, but it should not be uh, suppression or regression, repression, something like that. You can creatively channelize your energy into another way. So you can just paint it, or you can just talk it out in a positive way with a positive attitude. That is all about dealing with your emotions, because the stress and emotion can often lead you to making bad decisions. So these are the 10 skills. As I said, there is four skills in thinking skills, and four skills falls in the category of social skills, and two in emotional skills. In thinking skills, it's creative thinking, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. And in social skills, first start with yourself, self awareness, and then empathy, effective communication, and interpersonal skills. And then comes emotional skills, coping with emotion and coping with stress. So that's all about life skills. Thank you.